Hello. I don't have the setting on my phone to be like, oh my gosh, look at my mascara. This is why I just don't wear makeup, you guys. It gets everywhere. Um, all right. So, welcome. Hello. How's it going? My first little installation of videos about Brightline. Oh my gosh, what a habit. About intuitive eating. Ugh, can't believe Brightline eating just like comes out of my mouth so easy. I talked about it for so long. Okay, so here we go. Intuitive eating. I just wanted to share a little bit about what I've done in the last 10 days or so to jumpstart me on my intuitive eating journey and just really getting in touch with the intuitive side of me, being able to eat that way. So, the first thing I did was I came to terms with it. And I downloaded on Audible the intuitive eating book, and it was free. It was included in my Audible subscription. I didn't even have to use a credit. So if you pay for an Audible subscription that includes like the Audible library or whatever, it was actually for free in there. Cool. So if you haven't listened to the book and you have Audible, go for it. I wish they would pay me to tell you that, but they don't. So that was the first thing. I started listening to it just a little bit at a time. And that was a huge step because I always told myself if it was possible, I would love in a perfect world to be able to do intuitive eating, but I always told myself it was impossible. So even taking the step to listen to the book was a huge, huge, huge deal for me. Up until that point, the only thing I'd seen about intuitive eating was pretty much people on Instagram who I don't feel like give a fully, completely accurate view of how intuitive eating actually describes itself in the book. So I highly recommend reading the book if all you've ever seen is social media about it. And that was the first step. The second step was going through my social media feeds and unfollowing a lot of the people that perpetuate diet culture, and people that I was letting influence me or that I was always getting annoyed at or something that were always like triggering me in some sort of way, right? So I went through and I unfollowed a lot of those people. No bad stuff about them. Like, it's not like I hate them or something. I just needed space without that. I needed the space when I go online to not include it. So that's what I did. It was part of my process. Another thing I did was people in my life, in my social media life, connected me with people that used to do bright line eating and now do intuitive eating. One of them, her name is Sands. I don't remember the exact Instagram account, but I will link it down below. And she's just a good example that you don't have to stick with something even if you're in it. She worked for Brightline Eating, I believe, and now she has been successfully eating intuitively for over a year. And that's been really cool to see. And I chatted with her a little bit, which leads me to the next thing that I've added to my little repertoire this week. And that is a program that she recommended that she's working through herself. That is a writing workshop. It's a course, but it's called like Write Your Body or something like that. I can link to that as well. I'll link to it below. And it just is a guided writing course that is all about exploring your body in writing. And it's kind of like, feels like guided journaling a little bit, but different than journaling. I really like it. It's giving good perspective and helping me to accept my body and celebrate my body and not, demonize everything in life. So that is something that I've been doing, and that's been really therapeutic, actually. Another thing that I've been doing is connecting with someone. I don't know if I didn't ask her if she would want me to mention her on here, so I won't tell specifics, but I've been connecting with someone I really love in my life who also is starting on her intuitive eating journey after a lifetime of dieting. And I've worked with this person in the past, like very, very closely to lose weight and work out. We were workout buddies. We did everything. We ate together, and we, we were in that zone together, and now we're in an intuitive eating zone together. It's been really nice to bounce ideas off of each other. And she actually let me know that she's been using the intuitive eating workbook, and that's been really helping her to gain perspective and be more mindful. And that was something I had not purchased. I had just been listening to the book, but as I've been going out throughout this week, I've realized that I think that added benefit of having the intuitive eating workbook would be really helpful in just keeping that guidance throughout the day and having like a daily way to check in. The book obviously gives really good information, but I'm listening to it with audio, and I am not an auditory person. I'm very good at listening to audiobooks. I love it, but I feel like I listen to it, I interpret it, I get good vibes, and I say, yes, 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 this is great. And then could I tell you specifics about anything? No, because in my life, I've always been like a read it and remember it kind of person. I would go to college, as an example. I would go to my college classes, and I didn't matter if I listened to everything that the professor said and that they made total sense. If I did not read the textbook or written notes, I would not remember it. And even taking notes in class wouldn't work. I couldn't listen and take notes at the same time, and then my notes wouldn't make sense. I just had to read textbooks and it was kind of lame, but it worked out in the end. Anyway, that's how I work. And so audiobooks are awesome for being able to actually, read books because I'm busy. Busy mama. And so audiobooks have been great, but I think the workbook would be really helpful to help me keep the principles in mind as I go throughout my day. So I ordered that on Amazon, and it should be here tomorrow, I think. So I'm really excited to get started on that. Another thing that is unrelated, kind of, is that I have a positivity journal that I think it's called the Happy Journal or something like that. And I've put zero pressure on myself to write in it every day or even regularly or whatever. I just have it next to my bed. And that's been really helpful. It has guided questions just that kind of help you think of things in a different perspective. So that's what I've been doing this week. Another thing is I've just been following the principles as I hear them in the book. So I'm not even done with the book. I don't even know if I'm close. I haven't paid attention. But I've listened to it for quite a few hours, so I assume I'm getting semi-close. Anyway, I've just been trying to apply the principles, giving myself a lot of grace, trying to be compassionate for myself as I recover from years of diet torture. So that's what I'm doing. I'm recovering, and I'm practicing eating intuitively. So I'm excited for you guys to join me. Thank you so much for watching this video and joining me on this journey. Some of y'all have been here a long time at this channel. I've had it for years, right? And a lot of you joined me early on. So happy to have you all here. Thanks for watching, and I will continue to keep you guys posted as I go throughout my journey. Obviously, I'm right at the beginning, and I'm in no way saying I'm like an expert on intuitive eating. I think the whole point is that you become an expert in your own body and not an expert on some rigid program. There's so many times in the book that it says, here's a guideline that we might recommend, but just remember, intuitive eating is not some rigid, strict, hard, fast line of something you have to do. This is your own thing, and you will find out what works best for you as you kind of follow tips and tricks that we might give you. So I really enjoy that aspect of it as well. So sorry, I was closing this out and then I got distracted again. So bye, see you later.